Okay, so I think I'm gonna need your guys' help a little bit. So we are preparing for our first actual motorcycle camping trip journey. I don't know what you want to call it, but it's my first time. I've never moto camped before. So at this point in the video, why don't you guys go ahead and leave a comment down below. Let me know what is the one thing you think I should make sure I bring with me on this moto camping trip. I'd be curious to hear the responses before the video plays out. Then we'll revisit that. But what's going on, everybody? It is the Full Throttle Hog. I'm coming back to you with another video. This channel is a traveling moto vlogging channel, and we dabble in some cinematic experiences from time to time. If you're into any of that type of stuff, I'd appreciate it if you hit subscribe down below and follow along with this journey. So we just got back from REI, where we did a little bit of shopping for our first moto camping trip. I'm kind of reaching out and asking for your help because this is my first time. But yeah, had an experience over at REI. I will tell you. Actually, I'll show you. Let's go.
I like what you do, baby, you're almost too cool. Kicking my life like kung fu, yeah. With you there's no rules, talking as sweet as fruit juice, finding my spots like voodoo, yeah. Life's a masquerade, masquerade.
So I have done camping before, and I know the cardinal rule of setting up your gear before you hit the road. So we're gonna set that up right now. Then we're gonna go inside to the computer. We're gonna sit down, I'm gonna show you guys the route that I'm gonna take to K River for the Stubborn American Party, and kind of talk to you a little bit about the journey to get out there. So stand by for that, but let's set this thing up and see what it looks like. So for my sleeping arrangements, I chose to go with an MSR two-person tent. I think it's a Zoic 2. Really simplistic to set up. So sleep system is good to go. Let me show you what else I purchased, and then we can kind of go over the list, and I'll be excited to see your comments on what I'm going to be missing, because I'm going to be missing some stuff, I promise. So I've got my sleeping pad here, which kind of naturally blows itself up, and then you can add a little bit more air and cushion just so you're not sleeping on the pavement, along with a blow-up Nemo pillow that's supposed to be, you know, large enough that I'll kind of get a little bit more padding for the head. But I went with a Marmont sleeping bag, which is the extra long sleeping bag. I mean, I'm 6'3", so I wanted to make sure that I had some room. And let's check the... So, and this bag is a 20-degree bag. Should be plenty. I think it's only going to be low of 65 or so. So this should be good here. But that's what I went for the sleeping arrangements. And I did have to go with a chair, an REI chair, FlexLight Air chair that, you know, it's pretty small and compact. So I did purchase a footprint for this that kind of goes underneath the tent just to kind of protect the tent a little bit, and some extra stakes to make sure I can stake it down properly. But so far, that's what I have. I haven't even thought about cooking and food and things like that, but hopefully in the next few weeks I can figure it out, because Amazon's gonna be my friend. But let's jump inside so I can show you guys the route we're gonna take from San Diego to Oklahoma and the stops we're gonna make along the way. Let's go. All right. Amazon. Some other things that I have picked up for this trip is a couple of these headlight kind of thing majiggers that you know, they strap up here, kind of look like an alien, but providing light. Plus I have some other mini camp lights that I'm planning on bringing, along with a power supply so I can charge some gear while I'm there. That's what I have on order, and just some other little items that I'm really trying to make a list of that I can pack in the bike. Now we have the new King Touring Pack on there that we put on right before Sturgis, so that gives us a little bit more room to play with. So hopefully we'll be able to get everything to fit in there. And we also purchased a new Viking bag for the bike so we can have a home for clothing and things like that. Now the reason for this trip, if you guys don't know, you should know, but we are going to Moyers, Oklahoma, and we're going to be at the K River campground because we are going to go to the Stubborn American Party. It's the annual party hosted by Adam Sandoval, and
you know, it's just a whole bunch of people out there camping. They have trailers and things like that, so if you plan on going, I think there's still some tent spots left. For me, I thought, here's an opportunity for me to get out there and try this whole moto camping adventure. It's something that I really wanted to do for a while, and it was kind of on the list of things to do for 2021. So I'm actually going to share my screen with you guys right now so you can kind of see what's going on. So for this event, it's September 30th through October 3rd, and they're going to have a beer garden. They're going to have a mini bike race, which I cannot wait to film. They're going to have a costume contest, some music, a swap meet, and then all the other vendors and food and raffles and things like that. So I'm pretty excited to get out for this event and, you know, just meet all these amazing stubborn Americans, along with so many moto vloggers and other content creators that are going to be there. Super pumped for that. So I'm trying to figure out the best plan of action. Now I know while I'm there, I'm going to be moto camping, and I have these decisions to make on what I'm going to be doing for the way out there. I know I'm going to expand it through a couple days, and even picking some spots that if you plan on going to the Stubborn American and you want to meet up on my journey out there, we can all meet up and ride together. I'll kind of show you where I'm going to be and the places that I'm going to stop for sure. But we are traveling from San Diego all the way to Moyers, Oklahoma. It's 1,514 miles. So that gives me quite a bit of the country to cut across if you guys plan on riding out and you want to meet up. Or if you just want to swing by one of the places and say hello, it'd be great to meet you guys as well. But let's take a look at kind of what I have here as far as the options for a route. Okay, so here we can see we're leaving in San Diego, and now my plan of action is going to be, I might have to mess around with this to look at the times here, but let's see what we can do. For day one, I think I want to extend that out and make that the biggest portion of my trip, just because I'll be fresh, but I just want to be able to knock out a big chunk of the ride. So let's do this. I think day one is going to be a total of 690 miles. 690 miles, and right now it's saying it's going to be 10 hours and 8 minutes, and that's going to get me to Grants, New Mexico. So on this route, obviously, we're going to be going through Chandler, Arizona, and let's zoom in here and we can kind of see this route. So through Phoenix, Chandler, Arizona, Holbrook, and then making our way past. So I had the idea of maybe camping right here along the way, somewhere in this area, but I don't know. I think it's going to be smart for me to push through and do a 10-hour trip, almost 700 miles, and then be able to maybe stay at a hotel on that first night, get a good night's sleep, get a shower, and that takes us right over here to Grants. So with this now, after Grants, right, I can take this portion out, We're going to leave from Grants, and we are going to actually go to Thunderbird Harley Davidson in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And that's where we're going to stop. Our plan is to be there on the 29th at 10 a.m. And we'll be hanging out at Thunderbird Harley Davidson, meeting everybody there. If you want to swing by at Thunderbird Harley Davidson, come by, say hello. And if you just want to join in on the ride to the K River Campground for the Stubborn American, this would be the time to do it if you're in that area, if you want to plan to be in that area. I figure kickstands up will probably be noon and get on the road. So we will be at Thunderbird Harley Davidson, 10 a.m. on the 29th. After Thunderbird Harley Davidson, let's see here, let me take this part out. The plan is to leave Thunderbird and just head straight out east through the 40 and get us into Oklahoma City. Okay, so if we get into Oklahoma City, make the decision there on whether I want to crash out in another hotel or maybe find a place to moto camp. I'm gonna have a whole bunch of different options available depending on how I feel at the time, but it's gonna be 549 miles. And the whole thing is, it's saying that it's, 7 hours, 49 minutes. And that is going to be one of those things. If we leave at noon, that still doesn't get us in there till, let's call it 8 o'clock at night. And do we really want to set up in the dark and things like that? So there might be another hotel stay. I'll probably be pretty tired at that particular point, but that knocks out a huge chunk, because the next morning on the 30th, getting up, and we would, let's take a look at this here, we would leave Oklahoma City, and that means that we would be 2 hours and 39 minutes away from the K River campground. So that means no rush getting up in Oklahoma City, and being able to take our time getting out to K River. I'd love to make sure that I'm there before 2 p.m. and just kind of get things set up and get the party going, because it'll be the 30th and we'll be excited to be there. So as of right now, this is all going to be subject to change, but this is pretty much the baseline of what we're going to do. Maybe even stop off at some other Harley Davidsons along the way. I will keep everybody kind of apprised through Instagram. If you're not following me there, it's full_throttle_hog, and you can check it out. As of right now, I'm just slowly piecing this gear together. I've got 2 weeks from this Tuesday to make sure I am ready to go. My plan is to leave San Diego at 6 a.m. on the 28th and make sure we take out that big chunk of time on day one. So let me know. I really need your help to just list in the comments down below things that, from your experience, if you've done any type of moto camping, and it's been many years since I've tent camped too, so if you're just a camper in general, leave me a list of things that you believe that I absolutely need to take, or make sure that I purchase before I leave on that trip. I would be greatly appreciative of all your information. So that is going to be the plan. Let me know, are you planning to go to the Stubborn American? And if so, do you want to meet up along the way and we can ride in together? It'd be great to get some people to ride in to K River, kind of go in as a pack, and just get ready to have an amazing weekend. So that is going to do it for today's video. Thank you all so much. And until next time, y'all ride safe, be safe, and we'll catch you on the next one.